I flew across the world to meet my online girlfriend. But she was a Russian scam artist. Here's what happened. I know what you are thinking. Another idiot who fell in love with a profile picture and some heart emojis. And you are absolutely right. But before you judge me too hard, let me tell you how it all started. Because I did not just fall for a pretty face, I fell for a soul. Or at least I thought I did. Her name was Alina. At least that is what she said. She was from Ukraine, long blonde hair, blue eyes, the kind of bone structure you only see in perfume commercials. She sent voice notes, photos, videos. She FaceTimed me, but the camera was always a little blurry. Said her Wi-Fi was old Soviet trash. I laughed. She laughed. It all felt very real. We met on Reddit. I was posting some dumb meme in a travel thread. She commented with something witty in broken English. I messaged her. One thing led to another. And suddenly we were talking every night. Every night turned into every morning. I started waking up early just to hear her voice. I told myself it was love. She told me it was fate. She said she was stuck in Kharkiv with her grandmother and a disabled dog. Yeah, a dog in a wheelchair, I mean, come on. If guilt tripping was an Olympic sport, this girl would be on the podium. She said life was hard, money was tight, but she never asked for anything. That is what made it seem so genuine. She never begged, never sent a PayPal link, never once pulled the old "my phone broke" trick. Instead, she made me fall in love with her. Clever. Because once someone loves you, they will offer things without being asked. And I did. I sent her little gifts. Amazon deliveries through sketchy Eastern European courier services. A winter jacket. A new webcam. She said the dog cried tears of joy. I should have stopped there. But when you are lonely, delusion feels a lot like romance. After 6 months, she started saying things like, "If you were here, I would never be cold," and "My life would change if I could touch your face." Let me tell you something. That kind of thing messes with your brain at 2 a.m., so I did what any dumb, hopeful, emotionally fragile man would do. I booked a flight. Round trip from Chicago to Warsaw, then a train into Ukraine. I even brought a gift. A bracelet engraved with the date of our first message. I know. It is embarrassing, but I believed in it. In her. She said she would meet me at the station. She even sent a selfie holding a sign with my name on it. I still remember that picture. Wind in her hair, lips in a perfect pout, wearing the jacket I sent her, the one I spent 2 paychecks on. So there I was, standing at the Kharkiv train station, holding a suitcase, sweating through my only decent coat, and looking around like a total idiot. No one was holding a sign. No one looked remotely interested in me. I checked my phone. No messages, no missed calls. Then, out of nowhere, a man walked up. Big guy, leather jacket, shaved head. Looked like someone who sells black market kidneys. "You are American?" he asked. "Oh, yeah." "You wait for Alina?" My heart dropped and exploded at the same time. "Yes," I said, suddenly feeling like I was in the worst Netflix documentary ever. He smiled, but it was not a friendly smile. "She sent me. Come with me." Right, because going with a stranger who looks like he wrestles bears for fun is always a good idea. But again, love makes you stupid. So I followed him. We got into this beat-up car that smelled like gasoline and cabbage. He drove in silence. My phone had no signal. I kept staring at the bracelet in my pocket like it was some kind of talisman. After about 20 minutes, we pulled up to a house that looked like it belonged in a haunted forest. He gestured for me to go inside. "She wait," he said, so I stepped in. Dark, cold, smelled like mold and something vaguely dead. I heard footsteps, then laughter. Not sweet laughter. Not her laughter. This was deep, male, mocking. And then he stepped out of the shadows. Not her, him. He was wearing the jacket I had sent her. My jacket. I blinked. "I'm Alina," he said in a thick Russian accent. I stood there, frozen. He started laughing harder. "You like my hair?" he asked, pulling off a blonde wig and tossing it across the room. "Took hours to make video with filter. Worth it, yes?" I wanted to vomit. Not just because I had been catfished, because I had paid for the costume. He pulled out his phone, showed me a video of Alina talking to me. It was him. With a beauty filter, a voice changer. He even had the fake dog in the corner of the frame. I could not believe it. 6 months. 6 months of messages, calls, love notes. All from this guy. He offered me a chair, like this was some twisted tea party. "You Americans, always lonely, always romantic, easy targets." I wanted to scream, to hit him, to run, but I was in the middle of nowhere. No signal, no idea where I was. He sat across from me, lit a cigarette. "You want to leave now, Da?" "Okay, but maybe donation?" I looked at him. "You're asking me for money." He smiled. "Gas is expensive, plus emotional damage, no." That is when it hit me. This was a scam. But not just any scam. This guy did it for sport. He enjoyed it. Breaking hearts, watching hope collapse, filming it probably. I took a deep breath. "I don't have cash," I said. "Only cards." He frowned. "No problem. We drive ATM." "Of course." So back into the car we went. My brain was spinning. I was humiliated, angry, but also focused, because something in me had snapped. And the man who flew to Ukraine to find love, he died in that moldy house. The man who left, he was thinking about revenge. If you ever want to know what rock bottom feels like, try sitting in the passenger seat of a rusted Lada Niva next to a scammer who wore a wig and fake lashes just to ruin your life. His name was Mikhail. At least that is what he told me. I highly doubt he was born with that name, but he seemed proud of it. Mikhail, the heartbreaker, the soul collector, the Slavic Cupid. I just called him the bastard. We were on the way to the ATM. Snow falling like a damn movie set. The heater was broken. My fingers numb. My brain running at full speed. Somewhere between humiliation and homicide. "You know," he said while driving, "you are lucky. Some guys lose 20,000. You only lost maybe, what, 5? 7, I muttered. He let out a whistle. "Romantic and generous. You are American unicorn." I gritted my teeth. He laughed. The kind of laugh that echoes in nightmares. I looked out the window. My phone still had no signal. And even if it did, what was I going to do? Call the local scammer hotline. But here's the thing. I was not just a desperate idiot looking for love online. I was also a software engineer. Which means I noticed things other people don't. Like how his car had a dash cam. A high-end one. Too high-end for this clunky Soviet vehicle. Also noticed the brand of his cigarettes. Imported. And the Bluetooth speaker in his coat pocket. The man was not broke. He was just good at pretending to be. We reached a small town. One of those places that looks like time gave up halfway through construction. He pulled into a sketchy lot outside a bank with flickering lights. "Go," he said. "Withdraw 1,000, or maybe 2,000. Depends how sorry you feel for wasting my time." I got out slowly. He stayed in the car. That was his first mistake. Inside the bank, there was a guard half asleep at the door, and one ancient-looking ATM. I walked up to it and pretended to fumble with my wallet. Then I spotted a landline phone. On the far wall. No one was watching. The guard didn't even look up from his crossword, so I took my chance. I walked past the ATM and straight to the phone. Dialed the emergency number I saw on a sign. Took a deep breath. "Do you speak English?" I asked when they picked up. "Yes, who is this?" "I'm an American citizen," I whispered. "I've been kidnapped by a man named Mikhail. He catfished me, took my money, and he's waiting outside. He's armed with sarcasm and possibly a tire iron." They transferred me to someone else. I repeated everything. They asked for the license plate. I gave it. Then I hung up and walked back to the ATM. I withdrew 500. Not because he deserved it, because I needed to buy time. When I got back in the car, I handed him the cash. He counted it like a kid on Christmas morning. Then he said, "You know, maybe you stay. Spend more time in village. Could be fun, no?" "Absolutely not," I said. "Take me to a hotel, please." He grinned. "Of course, you pay, yes?" "Sure," I said. "I'll even tip." He liked that. Started driving, and then the lights showed up. 2 black cars, no sirens, just pulled up out of nowhere. One blocked us in front. The other behind. Mikhail panicked. I didn't. He tried to reverse. Too late. 4 men stepped out, not cops. I could tell. These guys were quiet, suits, earpieces like they walked out of a Jason Bourne spinoff. One tapped on my window. I rolled it down. "You're the American?" he asked. "Depends. Am I being deported?" He smirked. "We'll get you to safety." Mikhail was dragged out of the driver's seat, kicking, screaming, cursing in Russian and some language I didn't even recognize. One guy tased him for good measure. "Who are you people?" I asked. "We work with the embassy," the man said. "You're not the first victim, but you might be the first to fight back." That made me feel a little better, but not good, because while Mikhail was being hauled off, something clicked inside me. This wasn't over, not even close. I ended up at a government-run safe house for tourists who get scammed. Apparently, that is a big enough problem that they have a whole system for it. My phone finally got service, dozens of messages from friends back home. "Where are you? Did you die? Dude, why are you in Ukraine? Are you in jail?" I didn't answer. I just stared at the wall. I thought I would cry, or rage, or throw something. But instead I smiled, because I remembered something, a tiny, beautiful thing. Mikhail had a digital footprint, and I knew how to use it. I left Ukraine 2 days later, straight to Warsaw, then back to the States. I didn't tell anyone what really happened. Just said the trip was complicated, but I didn't forget. Oh no, revenge is like soup. Best served cold, or with a VPN. I started with his email. He used it to send Alina's videos. I had those saved. One reverse image search later, I found the real woman in the photos. She was a model, in Spain. Had never heard of Mikhail. Definitely not dating me. Then I checked metadata from one of the videos, GPS coordinates. He had sent one video while standing outside a very specific building in Moscow. Why Moscow? No clue. But the man moved around. I used a few connections, some old friends in cybersecurity. We dug, and we found gold. Turns out Mikhail was part of a larger ring, Anoi, entire network of fake Alinas and Ivans and Svetlanas, all running long cons on lonely people across the globe. Each persona had a script, a fake pet, a tragic backstory. Some even pretended to be single mothers with kids who called you dad after 2 weeks. Disgusting, but brilliant. And now, personal. Built a fake identity. Her name was Sophia, mid-20s, rich, bored, daddy issues. The full package. I created profiles across every dating app and chat site Mikhail used. I even used photos of the Spanish model. With her permission, by the way. She thought it was hilarious. Within a week, he messaged me, under a new name. "Hello. Beautiful. You are sunshine in cold world. Same script, same emojis, same typo in beautiful. Bingo." I played along. This time I knew the dance. I flirted. I sent voice notes. I made him believe. He asked for money. I sent fake receipts. He begged. I sent fake breakdowns. Sophia, crying in the bathroom, saying her father cut her off. He sent her virtual roses. He said he loved her. I said, "Let's meet." He hesitated. I insisted. He cracked. Said he'd be in Bucharest for business, whatever that meant. I booked a flight, not to Bucharest, to a nearby city. I didn't want to get too close. Not yet. Instead, I contacted a journalist, a Romanian woman who had written articles about digital scams in Eastern Europe. She was intrigued, then horrified, then furious. Together, we plotted something special. We created a fake conference tech summit. Big, flashy, full of fake sponsors. Sent Mikhail an invite. From Sofia. Said her father was speaking there. Said she would be attending. He bought a suit. Told her he would surprise her with flowers and love. I vomited in my mouth a little, then smiled, because I had the journalist there, with cameras, with cops, with 2 other victims who had flown in for the occasion. He showed up, suited, slicked, smug. He walked into that hotel ballroom like he was about to win an Oscar. Instead, he got handcuffs. The cops swarmed. The journalist filmed the whole thing. The moment he saw me, priceless. I stood in the corner. Holding the bracelet I had once meant to give to Alina, I dropped it in the trash on my way out. They say revenge is a dish best served cold, but I prefer it flaming hot, with a side of public humiliation and a generous sprinkle of legal consequences. Mikhail was dragged out of that hotel ballroom in Bucharest like a rat from a flooded basement. Cameras followed. The journalist, bless her fire-breathing soul, narrated the scene like it was a National Geographic special. And here we see the Eastern European romance predator in his natural habitat, dressed in a Zara knockoff suit, clutching gas station roses blinking into the void as his world collapses. I should have felt closure. I didn't, because this wasn't just about me. Once the article went live, the dominoes fell. Fast. Victims began pouring into the comments section like it was a confession booth. Dozens, then hundreds, men, women, even one elderly woman who had sent Mikhail money believing he was a South African doctor, stuck in Syria. Honestly, creative. Interpol got involved. Turns out the scam ring wasn't just big, it was colossal, layered, sophisticated. Every fake persona had backups, redundancies, scripts, like a catfishing hydra. Cut off one head, 3 more popped. Up, but they hadn't planned for me. The heartbroken engineer with a vengeance problem and too much free time. Within 2 weeks, they froze over 30 bank accounts, 6 fake passport IDs, 4 burner phones, and the cherry on top? Mikhail's laptop, a digital gold mine, spreadsheets, call logs, scripts for every fake girlfriend scenario, even training modules for rookie scammers. Yes, you read that right. He was running a romance scam university. There were lessons, quizzes, ranks, graduation levels. He was basically the Hogwarts of heartbreak. And I burned that castle down. Mikhail was sentenced to 9 years in prison. Could have been more, but international laws are a bureaucratic circus, and I suspect someone somewhere got bribed. But here's the thing. Justice is nice. Petty revenge? Divine. Remember that dash cam in his Soviet-era car? The one too fancy. For his lifestyle, it had Wi-Fi syncing, meaning it uploaded footage to the cloud. And guess what? I had the login info, because our brilliant scammer reused the same password across platforms, the one he gave me when I helped him transfer crypto months ago. Worked for his email, his Dashcam cloud account, his crypto wallet, even his old blog. Yes, he had a blog. It was called Slavic Strength. It was a disturbing mix of gym selfies, misogynistic rants, and tragic poetry. So I made a website. I uploaded every dashcam video, every fake Alina message, every screenshot, each conversation translated and time-stamped. I even added commentary, side-by-side comparisons, victim testimonials. Then I posted the link everywhere: Reddit, Facebook groups, anti-scam forums. I even dropped it in YouTube comment sections under videos titled How to Spot a Catfish. The site went viral. I titled it, The Many Faces of Mikhail, a Romance Scam Saga. People ate it up. Mikhail's mugshot became a meme. His quotes turned into TikTok audios. His blog poetry turned into musical remixes. Someone even used it in a breakup dance video. Even his own mother gave a press interview. Said she always knew he was a liar. Said he once sold their neighbor's dog claiming it was a rare Russian wolf. She became a national icon. But the best part? He lost everything. The crypto? Gone. Seized and redistributed to victims. The bank accounts? Emptied. The reputation? Publicly obliterated, he now teaches basic English in prison, phrases like, "I am sorry," and "I regret catfishing people." Irony. Served. Meanwhile, I moved on, deleted every dating app, took a long break, focused on work, real people, real interactions. I even took up pottery. I know, cliché, but smashing clay is surprisingly therapeutic. Then one day, a message. It wasn't a scam, not a fake profile. Just a woman named Alex. She'd read my story, found it hilarious, said she admired the way I handled everything. We chatted, for real. No fake glamour shots, no tragic sob stories about stolen passports or crypto needs. She was smart, funny, brutally honest. She called me Catfish Slayer and said flying halfway across the world for a woman who never existed was the most pathetic and romantic thing she'd ever heard. And I deserved that. But I laughed. Because finally we met up months later, at a local cafe. No mystery, no pretense, just coffee, sarcasm, and two people who'd been burned and still showed up. And who knows? Maybe nothing happens. Maybe we just stay friends. But for the first time in a long time, I feel like something real came out of all the fake. And Mikhail? Well, he's still in prison. And last I checked, Slavic Strength now redirects to a parody site that sells t-shirts with his face, and the slogan, "Swipe left on Mikhail." I bought 3.